Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Steele-Maley, and it is my honor to welcome you to the Chaplaincy Institute of Maine's ordination for the class of 2024. There is cause for celebration. As we settle into this peaceful, shady nook in the forest, I want to let you know that there is a shooting range down the road. I mention this because it can be disconcerting to hear gunshots, and also because it provides a really good metaphor for the presence interfaith ministers bring into the world, creating and holding a still and sacred clearing amidst the disruption, noise, and turmoil of our times. We have each been led into this clearing by the grace of thousands, maybe millions of circumstances. So I'd like to begin by inviting us to gather our hearts in recognition and thanksgiving for where we have landed and the mystery that brought us here, the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. Acknowledging first that we are gathered in the homeland of the Wabanaki, the people of the Dawnland. Noticing the earth beneath our feet, the gravity that holds us here, the breath that inspires, the water in our bodies, the sun warming our skin, the breeze cooling it off. Recognizing the human teachers, guides, and ancestors who are with us in spirit, and the family, friends, mentors, and tall trees who are supporting us today. Finally, let us give thanks for the ordinands. They've gathered us all into this community for an afternoon. That any of us are here is a testament to their courage and commitment. Stepping toward a ministry of service requires a big yes, and recommitting to that yes again and again. Entering ChIME's interfaith ministry program requires a commitment to learning and to self-discovery. It's hard work, and it can be very destabilizing and disorienting before it's clarifying. And whether that clarification is perceived as a glimmer or a new North Star, and whether it's experienced as a remembering, deepening, or a transformation, or something else altogether, it requires devotion and faith, sometimes a leap of faith. Ordinands, you have explored the unknown, dove to the deepest depths, and you claimed your love and your anger, your longings and your callings, your grief and your joy, and then more joy. All while carefully tending your hearts and spirits, cultivating skill and capacity to bring a compassionate spiritual presence into a world that aches for it. Through each of you, ChIME's vision of interfaith leadership with integrity, spiritual presence, and prophetic voice comes alive. Before we hear what that means for each ordinand, let us just settle into a few moments of shared silence, giving us each an opportunity to land more fully in this time, in this place, and to tune into the presence of the sacred within, between, and among us. As is our tradition at ChIME, I will open and close the silence with a singing bowl.
Hello, everyone. There's a magic at ChIME that I cannot deny. When I arrived at ChIME, I was very low on magic, but full of longing. Decades plus of longing for both clarity around my purpose, my work in the world, and how this might become one with my spiritual being and life. To my great delight and amazement, I stand here today to say that this deep longing of mine has been met. How could what I was seeking for decades happen in 2 short years at ChIME? I believe it's because I chose to show up fully as myself, and then, perhaps more importantly, to be okay with that. I chose to be challenged, to untether from my need to always know why, to be willing to be surprised. I chose to let go of outcomes, mine and others, and to remember time and time again why I said yes to ChIME in the first place. Not solely for academic learning, but more so for the potential for inner transformation and outward manifestation. I chose to stop, notice, listen, and listen some more. To bow in gratitude to the people here and the experiences, each of whom have enriched my life and my ChIME time in ways I couldn't have ever imagined. Thanks to this program, to ChIME, I can say this: I know who I am, I know what I'm here to do, and now, after ordination, I'm going to go out and do it. However, I still don't know how this ChIME magic works. I just know that it does, and it's real.
Hello, my name is Karen. I'm one of the students who did weekly Zoom classes and once a month came up on weekends. I live near Boston. Something about me. Strength I've had is that I see the joy in the little things, joy in simple things. A good cup of coffee, sitting on the sofa, one cat on my lap, the other one snuggled in next to me. I love that. With ChIME, an example of something that has shifted is that now I see and feel the divine in the little things, the divine. There's a deeper resonance, a deeper connection, the divine in the purr of a cat, an earnest conversation, an opportunity to serve. With awareness and the attention of gratitude, compassion, and awe, my spiritual practice has deepened. I've learned so many new ways to pray, from a body prayer to a haiku, to a prayer in the Jesuit tradition called the Ordination and Graduation. The spiritual practices help me stay in the present, help me stay connected to spirit through the workday, and all this is keeping me in alignment with my higher power that I call God. One of my spiritual directors came up with a great title for my experience at ChIME. She calls it my deep dive into divinity. Yes, this has been my deep dive into the divine. I want to acknowledge Spiritual Director Catherine Rossi. Hey, Catherine, thank you. She's been supporting me in addition to the great team of people I have here. And I have interesting plans ahead. This summer, I've signed up for a haiku workshop. 2 afternoons in July, we'll go outside and write nature haikus. And I have a Saturday workshop I'll be attending. I'll spend the entire day painting clouds. It's a watercolor workshop, and I'll just be painting clouds all day. That's my idea of fun now. Families here, love you guys, always inspiring me. Thank you, blessed be.
Wow. So, good afternoon. I am Tim. I'm a multi-year student here at ChIME. So, Mine is from an inspiration from Jody, who is a chaplain here. So thank you, Jody. Where I Am From poem, inspired by George Ella Lyon. ChIME. I am from the basement of the Portland New Church, from chaplain practice in the fishbowl, from the labyrinth. I am from nature as my chapel, from the elemental spirits, earth, water, fire, and wind, from the four directions of the Native American medicine wheel. I am from all faiths, have a path to the divine. I am from the oak tree, whose roots keep me stable. From the limbs of the willow tree, who teaches us to bend but not break in a storm. I am from art as a spiritual metaphor. From the ring of the chime bowl that centers my being. I am from hard work and keep going. From accept those things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I am from prophetic voice, the spirit that moves in all things, from the hero's journey. I am from the divine chef, sacred hospitality. I am from martial arts as a spiritual practice. I am from sitting with and listening to veterans and hospice patients whose stories and lives have moved me. I am from loss, grief, and rebirth. From prayer flags, mandalas, ceremonies, and rituals. I am from integrity, gratitude, curiosity, and service to others. I am from progress, not perfection. I am from, as Krishnamurti says, if you as a human being transform yourself, you affect the consciousness of the rest of the world. I am from ChIME.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, I look out, see all those beautiful faces. I can cry, as I have been endlessly lately. And for those of you who don't know me, that was hard for me. So, bittersweet. This word has been in my thoughts a lot in the last days, possibly because I'm gardening. Or is it that I'm feeling bittersweet? I'm excited to be ordained today, yet sad to leave my cohort, classes, and this supportive community as a student. Bittersweet indeed. For those of you unfamiliar with this invasive plant, it wraps itself around other plants and trees, depleting them of what they need to survive. When I think about my 2-year journey, I see that I had to deal with my own evasive patterns and thoughts to grow, much like the trees in my garden. They will flourish with love and care, sun, water, food, and a time of restoration gives them the best chance to thrive. ChIME has done that for me. My ChIME journey has been full of gifts and surprises. Friendships, support, and community. Peace within myself and a quieting of my inner critic. Surprises abound. A message that you need to hear from a class, person, or book that is part of the curriculum. A conversation within a cohort or group classes that helps you see with new beginner eyes. The way we get together and make magic happen in our services. We're always afraid, but they always come out so beautifully. All have been life-changing for me. I have been humbled into submission to my vulnerable and ever-expanding heart. My time at ChIME has challenged me. After 2 years of sitting in the goopy mess of uncertainty, doubt, and fear, I am here, free of the thoughts that choked the life out of me. The person who stands before you knows that the answer was inside me all the time. Courageous at the root, knowing that my calling is to serve in elder and hospice care. Most of all, I am excited to grow and flourish into my future. Thank you.
Kind friends all gathered round, something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are as family and loneliness can't hide. So bring yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain, learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise to watch the days begin. Always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. It's like sunshine on a cloudy day. You stand before us now. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in fire, planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you're ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It'll be your greatest teacher, best friend you have made. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
I'm so grateful to be with all of you today. I came to ChIME because I was trying to renew my faith in humanity, in our ability to participate well in a world where life takes care of life, in balance. I guess that's what I call God. Chaplaincy for me has become a way that I can nurture this faith in myself and others through practice as prayer. Practice of humility, vulnerable willingness, and a trust in relationship. It is in that spirit that I was hoping we could do this ordination speech together. So this is a repeat after me ordination. Thank you. An invitation and celebration.
An invitation and celebration.
For the miracle of our meeting.
For the miracle of our meeting.
In a long and enduring lineage.
In a long and enduring lineage.
Of ordinary people.
Of ordinary people.
Connecting in the wilderness of difference.
Connecting in the wilderness of difference.
With courage and care.
With courage and care.
And patience and wonder.
And patience and wonder.
Doing what we can with what we've got.
Doing what we can with what we've got.
With the wisdom of where we come from.
With the wisdom of where we come from.
And where we long to be.
And where we long to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Catherine Pelletreau, and I am so happy and so proud to be here. I have come to believe that our highest purpose is to step more fully into ourselves, to shine our own light in its unique, special brightness. I have come to know with utter confidence that when we can do this, our brightness grows the brightness of others. And because I have come to appreciate my own brightness and my interrelationship with all that is, I walk more lightly on the earth. I treat people with loving kindness and compassion more often. I am more flexible and creative. My life has become both a center and a generator of love. At ChIME, I have experienced a sinking, a settling into my soul. Less distracted, more attuned to what matters. My understanding of my place in the world has changed. More clearly tied to those that came before me and those that come after me. I am but one of many in a long line. Not so important, but not unimportant either. The ripples of my experience touch others in sometimes very profound ways. I am only one among many, but like a great and noble sequoia tree, I am visible, hardy, resilient, powerful. I am tied tightly to the earth. I withstand life's fires and floods, and I grow ever more towards the sky. May blessings abound. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stacy Knight. 2 years ago, I was desperately seeking meaning, purpose, and direction in my life. I didn't know who I was. I spent a lifetime attempting to fix myself because the constant message I received was that I was broken and defective. Now my focus is less on myself and more on how I can make a positive impact in the world. Only now am I prepared and ready to give a life of service and love. It has been said that you can't truly love others until you love yourself. And this is absolutely true. If we can all experience self-love, we can then love each other and the world. That is how we make a difference. That is how I make a difference. So did I find myself? No, because I wasn't lost. Did I fix myself? No, because I wasn't broken. Mine has been a circular journey back to myself, the person who has always been there just waiting to be embraced. And although I have more wisdom and experience now, my core being has never changed. The only difference now is that I love her.
A 100,000 welcomes to you all. I'm called Jazz. Yesterday I received a card with a quote from Kabir, a 15th century mystic. I felt in need of a great pilgrimage, so I sat still for 3 days. ChIME has been a great pilgrimage for me. The learnings and the times of stillness have offered gifts. One is the novel experience of showing up just as I am and being seen and valued amidst, and maybe sometimes because of, the ever incomplete and enigmatic tapestry of this body, mind, soul, spirit that shows up as jazz. I've learned this is what interfaith chaplains do. See with the eyes of an open spiritual heart. I see in others the sparkling essence I call soul spirit that shines amidst all the messiness that's being human. Rarely, though, have I opened enough to offer to others the opportunity to see it in me. Way too scary to reveal my unique flavors of messy humanness. And yet, I take these leaps of faith repeatedly, letting others see me scrabbling and falling and rising along my pilgrim ways of being and becoming. And I discover I'm no longer alone, but journeying in the compassionate company of all. I leap and fall and rise repeatedly, what ChIME calls exploring my growth edges. Showing up as jazz, unshrinking, trusting I'm part of the we, dancing and singing in the flow of being, making the great pilgrimage of life that creates us and carries us home. for healing and growth to flourish in this wild, mysterious, messy world we share. Each of us must do this. Allow ourselves to be seen and see in one another the messy, human, sparkling soul spirits we are. Here I am, inviting you to see me. And here I am, seeing you, each and all, sparkling. May we create together lives of mercy, compassion, and love. Thank you for being.
Sweet, innocent baby, so peaceful as you sleep. You've been but a brief time on this earth. So still in your sweet dreams, you can still recall that sea of love from which you were given birth. And how could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. You laugh and wonder everything you see, and right now is the only time you know. And you are still floating on that river of love, and where it flows, that's where you shall go. And how could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. But sooner or later, harsh words come rolling in. Words that grow louder with each year. But please remember, no matter what words they might say, they are but castles made of sand from all their fear. And how could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Good afternoon. I'm Julie. Perhaps the journey for me began the day in 8th grade when, after taking a career interest assessment, I asked my mom, "What's a clergy?" Or maybe it was several years later when I became deeply involved at my congregational church and the ministry began to feel more like a calling. Certainly something deeper than a collection of skills and interests. It took me almost 40 years to find the right expression of that calling. As most of the faculty and some of my peers here know, one of my greatest challenges at ChIME has been to see it as a path to a legitimate ministry. Having had a long and strong history with a religious institution that reveres the intellectualism of its clergy, it took me years to even bring myself to apply to ChIME. How can I be a real minister without all the rigors of the traditional MDiv path, not to mention the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of debt? True, this is not a traditional path as institutional religion defines it. But this is a different kind of ministry, one that feels fitting for these times as more and more of us are seeking meaning outside of these institutions. And my whole life has been my path towards ordination. I see that now. My 2 years at ChIME have helped me claim my life experience, my beliefs, my strengths, my struggles as gifts for ministry. These 2 years at ChIME have also helped me understand that ordination is not some magical moment when I can declare, aha, now I'm a clergy person. Rather, it's the time for me to declare that with God as my partner and witness, I am ready to step into my ministerial authority. There is still a lifetime of learning and growth ahead. And with ordination, I faithfully dedicate myself to that work.
Hello, my name is Linda Bruce. We create vows each year at ChIME, and my vow for the past 2 years was to cultivate a beginner's mind and heart. Toward that end, through ChIME activities, acts of service, internship, and my final project, I indeed experienced new seeds budding and taking root in my heart, and looking at things in new ways. This heartfelt experience of being broken open was what I needed to rediscover, well, me. The light and love and joy at my essence. And reconnecting to the ordinary goodness of life. Recently, my former pastor shared a poem which struck me deeply, and I would like to share that with you. It's called More Than Seeing by Susan Musgrave. There is a moment before the kingfisher dives, the eagle swoops, the small green ducks disappear like the breeze in the low-hanging cedar branches over the river. There is a moment before I name the kingfisher, the eagle, the ducks, when I am not the observer, I am the dart of light, rush of wings, the trusting wind. I am grace, an end of living in awe of things, a beginning of living with them. So thank you all for coming, for witnessing, for supporting us all on our journeys. Blessings.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jean Adamson, and it's really wonderful to be with you all here today. Before I entered ChIME, I was experiencing liminal spaces as an activist, spiritually edge-walking. I embraced values reflected in social justice work, but something was missing. I found answers at ChIME, discovering and feeling a new sense of community, one that recognizes the relatedness and the interconnectedness of all beings, the earth and the cosmos. It is a reverent perspective, inspiring a coming together, a web of spiritual consciousness and presence. I had been approaching activism with an outward view, attaching success to results. Instead, I will now be practicing more curious, compassionate listening to the stories of others. Traditional activism controls the message, which negates engagement in a sense of community. Understanding each other's stories moves us toward each other, toward community. As an interfaith ministerial activist, I will be asking, what provides people with a sense of belonging to each other and to this world? Only non-judgmental two-way conversations based on personal stories can change hearts and minds, leading to mutually agreeable resolutions. Thank you for being here, and I thank you for your support.
Hi, I'm Kate. Have you noticed that seesaws have mostly disappeared from playgrounds? It's true. They say it's a safety hazard for children. And that might be so, but life is rather like a seesaw, isn't it? We have our ups and our downs, our good days and our bad days, love, loss, anger, forgiveness. Oh, how we wish we could stay high above it all, but it doesn't last. Sooner or later, we'll take a tumble. And sometimes we sink so low, it feels we may never rise again, but we always do. The whole miracle of physical reality requires this duel of opposites. It's built into the mechanism of all life. As surely as we have day and night, we will have joy and we will have sorrow. Years of yogic practice has woken me up to the presence of my divine playmate on the other side of the seesaw, beckoning me to move closer to the middle, to find my way to the pivot point in the center, where it is always here and now, and the ups and downs of life are much easier to ride. Zen Buddhists call this the middle way. Maintaining this state of balance takes intention and awareness. The past 2 years at ChIME, spent in study, service, loving community, and deep spiritual contemplation, has helped me to find the fulcrum. This is the place where the interfaith chaplain stands. Namaste.
Hello, I'm Myra Robinson. I was ordained in 2016 and since 2021 have had the honor of working at ChIME as a faculty advisor, alumni coordinator, and outreach director. It's been such a pleasure to work with such great people and to watch these stellar individuals be ordained. I'm going to read a John O'Donohue poem, appropriately entitled Thresholds. A threshold is not a simple boundary. It is a frontier that divides two different territories, rhythms, and atmospheres. Indeed, it is a lovely testimony to the fullness and integrity of an experience or a stage of life that it intensifies toward the end into a real frontier that cannot be crossed without the heart being passionately engaged and woken up. At this threshold, a great complexity of emotion comes alive. Confusion, fear, excitement, sadness, hope. This is one reason why such vital crossings were always clothed in ritual. It is wise in your own life to be able to recognize and acknowledge the key thresholds, to take your time to feel all the varieties of presence that accrue there, to listen inwards with complete attention until you hear the inner voice calling you forward. The time has come to cross.
I will invite all of the ordinands to join the staff up on stage, but first I'll give you an overview. Each ordinand will step forward one at a time for Myra, Craig, Kathy, and I to confer ordination. Afterwards, you will see all of their classmates step forward to lay hands upon the newly ordained minister. We invite you to join in this time of silent blessing from your seats. You may wish to raise your hands in reflection and extension as your blessing and love joins with ours. Alumni who are here and in the back, I invite you to stand up and spread out, make yourselves visible so we can see you as you feel led. Ordinands, please join us. And bring your stool.
My name is Craig Worth, ChIME class of 2017, and a proud member of the community on staff with my beloved friends. I'm going to invite you to sing a song. You don't have to, but if you want to, you're welcome to. And if someone, when you were 7 or 9, told you you can't sing, they may have meant well, perhaps not, but they were wrong. So if you wish to sing and join your voices with ours, even if you don't sing the same notes that I sing, we can get 17, 18, 20 notes going. It's all okay. This is a song that started as a prayer by Reverend Rebecca Parker, and my classmate from ChIME, Reverend Deirdre Drennan, found it in a children's book of prayer and put a melody to it. And we sing it with both of their permission. I'll sing it through 4 times. You can join in if and as you're moved to. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. Twice more. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. One more time. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love.
Hello, my name is Val Beebe Lovelace. I am from the class of 2022, and I'm the chair of ChIME's Board of Trustees. I am truly honored to spend a few moments with you all before I hand out ordination certificates. First, congratulations to the class of 2024. It was only 2 years ago that I sat where you are now sitting, freshly ordained, somewhat angsty, mostly hopeful, generally unsure of my direction, yet trusting myself and my path. Today, I'm happy to report I am still somewhat angsty, mostly hopeful, generally unsure of my direction, and yet even more trusting of my path. You may or may not know what lies ahead, and that's okay. The truth is, precious few of us, if any of us, really do. As a member of my class said at ordination, everything has changed, and I no less
than I did before. That is such a fertile place to be. I know how hard you've worked over the course of your program, and that you arrived here today is truly of profound significance. As you turn towards the world and that which beckons you, know that you are both held and celebrated. And along the way, should you start to feel somewhat angsty, mostly hopeful, and generally unsure of your direction, my greatest wish is that you trust yourself and your path. As I call your name, I'll be prefacing with the title Reverend. When I was ordained, that was a part of my angst. I've come to understand that word much differently now. Its Latin origin, reverere, meant to honor, to respect, and later to stand in awe of. It wasn't until the 15th or 16th century that the word became affiliated with Christian clergy, or clergy. For me, the term has interfaith roots. A reverend is one who respects, who honors, and who stands in awe. It feels important to say that out loud with your name today, to honor, respect, and stand in awe of your accomplishment. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I heartily congratulate each of you and welcome you as the newest members of ChIME's ordained community. So if I could just ask the ordinands to please rise, and if you would just sort of file over here and come when I call your name, that would be great. Dana Watt, Reverend Dana Watt. Reverend Karen McCoon Barca. Reverend Timothy Dean. I'll see if I can get it right. Reverend Tina D'Agostino Civetta. Reverend Ryan Anderson. Reverend Catherine De Pelletro. Reverend Stacy L. Knight. Reverend Jazz Newhall. Reverend Julie Parker Amory. Reverend Linda Lewis Bruce.
Reverend Jean Susan Adamson. And last but by no means least, Reverend Kathleen Marie Dufour. I'm actually not sure what I'm supposed to do next, so I'm going to leave and hopefully someone else will come up here.
Good afternoon. My name is Kathy Grigsby. I am the Arts Minister of ChIME. You may have noticed as the ordinance were going back to their seats, they received gifts from ChIME, which are symbolic. There is a wooden bowl, which in the Buddhist tradition signifies emptiness, signifies vulnerability, and then it can be filled with something that feeds us. And they also received a beautiful cloth which can create sacred space or offer comfort or keep you warm. So it has been my great privilege and honor to witness your journey through ChIME these last 2 or more years. As an interfaith chaplain or minister, there is no clear path to what lies ahead. Each of you is on a very individual journey, and sometimes it can be frustratingly unclear where you are called next. But I have great faith that your time with us has given you new tools, that you have ways of being, ways of making community, ways of connection, and ways of connecting to your own inner voice that will help you on that journey and bring you to where you are meant to serve. I would like to recognize all your hard work, the tears, the laughter, the difficulties and conflicts. It was 2 years of intense work that maybe nobody ever sees, but that we see in you, in your transformation and in just watching you today with your beautiful words and your beautiful presence. And I also would like to welcome you into the small but mighty group of interfaith ministers and chaplains, and you saw a little piece of it as you were coming in, and even more when you process out. May you be forever blessed. May you always listen to the deep yearning of the divine heart in all things, both great and small. May you find or create beloved community wherever you are. May you continue to learn the balance of care for others with care for yourself. May you continue to walk gently on this earth with respect and care for all creatures and plants and the ecosystems that support us all. May you continue your commitment to healing your heart so that your presence in the world will be a balm to the suffering in the world. And may you bring joy and hope in this world every day of your life. This concludes our ordination ceremony. We would like to ask all of you except ChIME grads to remain seated as the ordinands process out. And we also ask for your patience as we take photos right after the service of the classes, ChIME classes. And then we hope you will all join us for refreshments and celebration across the street. People will point you in the right direction. And the Ferry Beach staff will, I'm sure, treat us to something wonderful. So, friends and family, ordinands, stand up, please. I present to you, turn around, the ordained class of 2024 from ChIME.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it
believe that I got no choice. Oh, you